Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna be talking about my unpopular opinion on K-pop since this trend never dies. And this is my opinion, so if you don't agree then okay. By the way, the fan cam doesn't relate to the opinion for the most part. Let's get started. First, standing a K-pop group before they debut is extremely weird and not very smart. I thought we stan group because of their music, not visuals. You haven't heard a peep of their music and you are already stanning them. Hello, what? Say you're just there for the visuals and go. Second, there is literally nothing wrong with being a multi-stan. Some of y'all would go drag the other person for not being fixated on the one group you're stanning and send them hate for it. People blow it out of proportion and it's quite ridiculous. Liking multiple groups shouldn't be a problem, like what? Third, we have group names and debut concept. Company should put more thought into a group name. The way that company are starting to throw random numbers together with a couple letter for a group name is getting concerning. It's something that has to stick with them for their whole career and should be thought over carefully. Creating a name based on the trend is incredibly dumb. aespa was a job well done though, I will admit. Along with that, concept should be thought out more. It's something that introduces the group and sets a presence for them. There has been so few debut with good concept executed well that most of the debut concept are blending together. Like I can't tell the difference between secret number and signature concept. 4, 5 and 6 are gonna be about NCT and I can already feel me getting flambé by y'all. The thing is, NCT makes noise music, but hear me out. They make noise music with a couple catchy lines that gets you hooked. I get that their whole thing is neo-culture, but they should really expand to other genre and concepts. They have a couple song that differs, but compared to their whole discography it isn't much. I would like to see them do something different and new. With that, number 5 is production. It would honestly be so cool if SM lets the whole 23 members of NCT come together and make their own album. Like how BTS did. Letting them take most of the parts in the whole process of making an album and putting it together. There is 23 of them, I'm pretty sure they can pull it off and it would be so new for them and cool as well. To that we have 6, which is about SM wasting 3/4 of NCT talent. All the members are all ridiculously talented in their own ways, but NCT doesn't give them much opportunity to showcase it. Lines distribution is horrible. And most of them are being used as visuals. I'm almost certain that if some of the members weren't in NCT they would be showing so much of their talent. All of them neither have crazy vocal, rap, or are talented dancers. I just wish they got to show it more. In 7 is about how companies and K-pop group debuted or about to be debut should mandatorily learn more about culture appropriation. The way that every culture is getting appropriated by so many of these groups isn't okay. They should educate themselves on why it isn't okay and why they can't do it and actually stop doing it. Fans should stop using the excuse that they don't know. Well, all these K-pop group wants to be global and are doing world tours, so the least they can do is be educated about other people's culture and not use it as an aesthetic. They should know, and Google is literally free if they were really sorry and wanted to educate themselves. 8 is how TXT or Tomorrow by Together is probably the strongest 4th gen pop group. All the members are all-rounders and they can pull off almost any concepts. They are doing different things that sets them apart from others, and I can see them being more and more successful in the long run. The storyline they have for their music videos and music is honestly quite insane. They tend to experiment with different genre of music and their comebacks are almost never the same. They have unique ideas, and along with that BIT is starting to let them take part in their music more, so we get to see more of the members' talent, which I'm excited for. Number 9, 10 and 11 is about BTS, so some of you guys will think that it is pure facts or flambe me, but it is the fact that BTS paved the way and no group will reach the success of BTS for a long while. They are breaking record left and right and achieving success that groups K-pop or not have achieved yet. They have more awards than any other group right now and they set a new standard for K-pop groups and it is definitely hard to reach. They opened so many doors for the K-industry and is a big representation of what K-pop is. And they did all that with being so, and I mean so, poorly treated by K-media and the industry itself, not to mention how when they entered more into the Western market they were poorly treated by interviewers there too. So, with 10 Witches, I really think people only hate on BTS because of how successful they are and how popular they are, along with following the hate train. Because I haven't seen a single valid argument about why BTS shouldn't be as successful as they are. Because the fact is they are as successful as they are for a reason, which brings me to number 11, which is no one is doing it like BTS. Since debut they have written songs that speaks about mental health, capitalism, self-love, and been completely raw with their music. I can say with my whole chest that there is barely if any group is doing that, since so many groups' music are controlled by their company. BTS has genuine control over their music and the message they spread. Their music videos and concept always stands out from other groups and genuinely have its own genre, to mention that they are idols to other idols as well. 11 is that ITZY has a really cool concept and a strong debut, but yes, there is a but. If they don't start to expand on their confident concept, the hype for them will fade. All their songs so far has been bangers, but it is getting repetitive. There is so much that they could do with their concept and talent that I really hope we can too see something new from them. This might also get me flambe, but Treasure really should have debuted as two separate group, or YG should have pulled an SM and made subunit. Treasure has a really, and I mean really, strong rap line with talented vocals that could have easily been made to two different groups. Their talent aren't being shown and getting wasted. It would have been a smart move to debut two group or subunit and better for the members. 14 is they have got to stop debuting groups with more than 10 members, and that is pushing it. Max should really be 7 or 8. They are literally making it harder on themselves to manage that many people, and half the time the line distribution is trash and talent get wasted anyways. 15 is age and the year that the events happen should play a part when someone is being cancelled. If someone's being cancelled for saying things such as the N-word or saying offensive things, first, they shouldn't be cancelled but instead educated. We can't expect people to grow if all we do is cancel them instead of teach them why it is wrong. This will get me heat, but I am going to use Jisung from Stray Kids as an example. I also want to preface this by saying I am not defending his actions, and what he did was completely wrong, and I am not in a position to accept his apology. However, I want to input that we was a 13-year-old teenage boy in 2013. Things then and now are very different, and before people were not as educated on matters like these. I'm not saying it's okay for idols to say things like that and not be held accountable. No, they should. But at the same, we also have to remember that age plays a factor. If he was a 17-year-old teen saying that, I would have different opinions. However, he was still a young teenager that might have not known better. We really can't expect these idols to be perfect before debut, and if they haven't made mistakes like such since, we should call it growth. But this is my opinion. If you think differently and are part of the community he hurt, please educate me on why this is, or is not valid. 16 is how having a successful debut will only get harder. I think members are expected to be all-rounder now. That talent doesn't stand out as much as it used to. There will be more flop groups as time goes on. And since the standards for debut are now so high that if things aren't perfect off the bat, the group will really struggle. Okay y'all, that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Please remember that once again that this is my opinion. Bye.